What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly preparation video for the week of May 16th. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend, because I guess we did have a bounce on Friday, and hopefully that would ease the pressure somewhat, because I know a lot of people are freaking out with the market crashing. So at this point, hopefully that would help for the weekend. But the question is now is that, like, how big the bounce gonna be, right? I guess we will address that in the chart section. But for now, just go to the routine. We're gonna take a look at the economic calendar for next week. It's actually like not much, and like it seemed to be a boring week. If, to be honest, if we don't have the retail sale and the Fed Chair Powell speaking, I think we might have the bounce continue going. Monday, I think we probably the bounce going to continue on Monday. The only question is on Tuesday. The retail sale, I guess, is important at this point, because we want to see the consumer spending. That's one thing. And then the second thing is the Fed Chair Powell. Would he be hawkish? And if he does, that might derail the bounce. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. If nothing happened during Tuesday, I think we're gonna have we're gonna have a good week next week if Powell doesn't mess it up for us. Housing start, building permit, nothing big on that. And then the following week, we do have the FOMC minutes. That might be a problem, but next week, like, if we make it this week, good. I think next week we might continue with the trend, because next week there is nothing on board. Okay, so basically that's the economic calendar, and then the earning we have. Not a lot of earning. I guess I didn't take this out, but like a lot of them are retail. At this point, HD, Home Depot, Walmart, Target, Cisco, low and all that stuff. So at this point, we're gonna get a good look at the consumer spending. Which one, like, because right now consumer spending is, they kind of change the behavior in some way, right? Because the inflation. So we're gonna have a good look where they're gonna spend the money. So that we will go over the chart section too. Okay, about the earning. All right. Okay, so basically the uncertainty right now. Okay, at this point right now, I mean, the Fed, it just came out, like I said, like soft landing is no longer a guarantee. Okay, at this point, Fed Powell come out and say that. So whether or not we're going to have a 0.75 rate hike on June 15th, that's going to be the question, because he'd say like 0.75 was out of the picture, right? But now Sydney came out and say soft landing is no longer a guarantee, so I'm not sure what he does. And especially, we did have a CPI last week, which, on the inflation part here, it did come below the headline, come below, like below the week, the month before. But the thing is, the underlying number is still elevated, and then plus, like the consensus, the the number came above the consensus, and again, and that's why you see the sell off, on the market too. So that was the problem with inflation. So at this point, inflation is still a big problem, and I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. So that's one thing. So that's going to affect a lot of consumer habit. And I guess, the earning this week, we're gonna get to see a bigger picture on that part. All right, so that's the Fed. And then Putin, I guess, hopefully nothing gonna happen at this point. The war thing is out of picture at this point. The Wall Street doesn't care. All right, but I think the next big thing right now is China. This might be a blooming problem. There is a rumor that say the lockdown going to be ending this weekend. I don't know, but if it does, I mean, it might gonna contribute to the oil price. That oil price gonna jack, but I don't think they will stop the lockdown, to be honest, because Beijing, they're just starting with that, and Shanghai. I mean, that's the problem. Like, that's where all the lot rich people are at. And I think that's gonna be the economy gonna be the problem, and then the bankruptcy. At this point, the real estate sector, we did have Evergrande last year. They did not, like, bankruptcy or not, we don't know. Right now a lot of information are still very like ambiguous at this point. So I don't know what's gonna happen. So right now I'm thinking that's the next problem right now we're gonna have by year end. We might see something, because if they keep the lockdown ongoing right now, I mean with the supply chain issue also, all the stuff that's going on. So that's right now I think China is a big problem toward the year end. All right. So that's the thing. And then inflation, we just went over that. I mean, inflation gonna cause demand destruction right now, still in early stage. Poor people like lower class is already affected, but now the middle class, I think that is in focus at this point. Okay. And then the next thing here, blooming bankruptcy. This is something new. Because crypto just crashed. I don't know much about crypto, to be honest. I heard about stablecoin, Luna, and all that crap. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. But the thing is, if that does happen, it did happen, right? So that gonna also, that's the middle class, right, or whoever has money, right? That's gonna affect their behavior, their psychology, right? And that's gonna affect the spending. Because the stock market drop, that's going to take out the stuff. So same thing, right? Stock market, crypto, a lot of people have crypto, so that going to curve down the spending too. So that's another problem. At this point, I'm not sure what else will be crashing, but I think the bankruptcy, I think more of the China thing. But we'll see, because right now with all this money, everything go crazy at this point. So we will find out, I think, by year end. COVID, hopefully they stay the way it is. All right, and then what can move the market? I guess J Powell is a big thing, and then maybe we have the retail sell. If it come out bad, I think that might be a problem. But I guess that's it for the fundamental of the market. Okay, all right. So let's go to the chart section. Okay, so this is the SPY daily chart. Okay, so we did come down to this, right, and then we bounce off right off the 85 level, the 20%. Reach the 20% level of the bear market from the top, right? But we bounce off. So at this point right now, see where everything at. I mean, look how perfectly they behave, right? With this trend line, they came in, then it just bounced off. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's weird. The technical, like when you do trend line, you see this thing happen, and you're like, it's been there forever, right? And now you see it. So right now we did have the bounce. The only problem I have with this is that the volume is very timid compared to the others. So at this point, I mean, this might be a dead cat bounce, most likely, to be honest with you. The question is like how much we're gonna bounce to. Okay, so at this point, I mean, we have a downtrend line, the inside downtrend line here. Then we have right now it's in this kind of channel at this point. Okay, so at this point right now, I mean, this is going to be the first resistance area right here, 410. Okay, if we could make it above, then 430, I think we would go up to 430. Max probably is going to be like 435, and I did do a Fibonacci retracement here, so 50% would be around retracement from down here to here. Okay, so back up, so 50% would be around like 423, and then 61%, which is around right here. So I think so right here, 433. So if anything, 433 it would be the max, and then we have the 50-day moving average. I mean, I don't know what gonna cost the bounce to be that high, to be honest. I'm not sure what the catalyst will be. We'll find out, but I don't think we're gonna go that high. If anything, 50% is around here. I think that's gonna be the thing. 425 maybe. All right, or around here. So at this point, I believe that where the bounce gonna be, to be honest. All right, retracement Fibonacci. Let's put that away. All right, so that's where it goes. I mean, at this point right now, if you did go in, you catch the temporary bottom right here. You could go in, and your stop loss will be right here, right? So at this point, I'm not sure we're gonna go down next week. If we hopefully, I mean, if Powell come out and become very hawkish, I think we might come down here, but I don't know. At this point, I I see a rebalance at least, because weekly we need something. We cannot go down 6 weeks straight, right? We have to make something here, and especially if you look at this. Where's the note? Let me take that shit out. Okay, so look how this is like a hammer. This is like a perfect like bounce here, right? The volume is not that high, but you know, with this is the hammer. Okay, so most likely we're gonna move up, and like I say, like so rebounds. I don't expect we're gonna go down, to be honest. Unless something really bad happen. I don't know what's gonna be, but I don't expect we're gonna break down this low next week, to be honest, because right here we do have somewhat of minor support right here too. So at this point right now, I think we're gonna be bullish next week, unless something crazy come up. Like I say, Powell could derail that. All right, so that's the SPY. The Q here, same thing. Volume isn't much. You know, we have the reversal. This is like the morning star, but I believe the pattern. All right, and then the first stop would be right here. We do have a down channel. First stop, probably second stop. I didn't do the I did Fibonacci retracement. Cool, I didn't know that. So 50% would be right here. Perfect. I think if anything, 330 would be the thing. High is gonna be like 340. Okay, so that's the Fibonacci retracement. To be honest, I think right here, this trend line right here, I think that's significant. No, this support level right here, this resistant now. It was support and now it's resistant. I think this is where they're gonna stop. The bounce gonna be right here. We're gonna reach the the downtrend line here, and then the 20-day moving average. I think that's where we're gonna bounce up to, and then we're gonna go back. We're gonna back down. So that's what I'm seeing at this point, because right now inflation is not under control. Okay, Fed gonna because the following week we do have the FOMC minute. That might become hawkish. You know, we get to see more of what the Fed say, and then within 2 weeks from now, at 6:15, like 3-4 weeks from now, we have to deal with another rate hike. We have the CPI, I think, first, and then the rate hike. So that's another problem here. So I don't think we're gonna bounce much. So a lot of headwind that we have at this point. Okay, so right here I believe that. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. I think, yeah. Okay, so basically we did break here. So this is a very strong resistance. I believe that's where it's gonna go. I don't think it's gonna go high, especially tech is weak. It make this low like way before anyone else. Okay, so that's the QQQ. The Dow Jones was stronger than the most of them. Okay, it did finally break down, and it did confirm, I guess, the top now. We did have the top in the market. Okay, at this point right now, I mean, we're gonna have to bounce. Where through, I don't care, to be honest, with the Dow, because it's a more small group stock at this point. And let me take a look at the weekly here. See, we just broke this. We just came down here. This is a distribution area. I mean, right here, that's confirmed the top at this point. So right now, I believe we will go down. This is where the talk gonna be. All right, that's the Dow. IWM, man, look at this IWM at this point right here. This gap right here, I think this needs to be filled. We did not fill it yet. We came back with very decent volume. That's the thing with the IWM. But the thing is, right now, we are broke this distribution channel. We did a bear flag here, and then we come down. Projection wise, a little bit more. I guess we're down to here. If we do the projection, we will see we're gonna reach there. But right now, we're gonna have that bounce. We're gonna bounce up to here and then retrace. Definitely, most likely, that's gonna happen. Let's go to the daily chart here. All right, so you could see that. Yep. So most likely, this is where we're gonna go, because this is a strong resistance here. All right, and if anything, if strongest, we go up to the upper channel right here. We have this down channel. So if anything, up to 200, that's really strong. I doubt we're gonna make it there, but never know. We never know. We'll see what happens. But look at the volume, very timid. So that's the thing, is the volume. If this is really true bottom, we probably see a massive amount of volume. But this volume right here, to me, to be honest, that's a dead cat bounce volume. Okay, and then we have the Dow Jones Transportation. I'm not gonna go over this much. I mean, it did not. I did put in a low here, but it did not break this this channel, this sideways channel here. So right now it's still consolidating until this break. So this is the diversion, which is weird, right? I'm not sure what happened here with the gas price and all that stuff, but yet the Dow transport is not breaking. So that's one thing I have to think about. So that's something to keep, on the back of your head. That's what I'll keep it back in my head. I'm thinking, okay, so the TOT here, to be honest, I think we're gonna continue down because look at this volume right here. This volume is high. Okay, when you break down and the volume is this high, compared to this, it's pretty decent. I think we're gonna have another lower low. We're gonna continue lower at this point, unfortunately, but we're gonna continue lower, and then the yield gonna become high, and that's gonna mess up the gold and all that shit. And look at the junk bond. The junk bond did not bounce at all, right? They continue here, and look at the volume, and most likely it's gonna go down more with the junk bond. Okay. Now we're the dollar. Okay, the dollar, look, same situation here. We have a lot of volume coming in, and look at this volume right here. So when we see volume like this, from my experience, from what just watching chart, to be honest, this should continue. And if you I mean, I showed this to you guys already. If you watched a few weeks ago, 2008 safety coming to dollar. This is 2000, right before COVID here. So I guess if we do make it up here, that's going to be signify a recession, something big going to happen. Like that's right now. I think dollar continue to go up right now the way it is with this volume coming in. Who the hell is texting me this time? Sorry. And then this most likely continue to go up, and that's gonna mess up everything because the dollar go up, the SPY gonna go down. Okay. And then the gold too. Gold been slaughtered. The dollar's been going up. The yield been going up. At this point right now, it's broke this trend line. So I mean, at this point, I don't see gold coming back anytime soon. Maybe at the end of the year or something. I'm sorry, somebody is texting me at 3 in the morning, 2:30. All right. And then silver is already dead. So silver was a leading indicator for gold, I guess. And then oil here. Oh man, oil is consolidating sideways at this point right now. Waiting to make a high here, and we gonna pop, and I believe we're gonna go. This chart doesn't say much, but oil price also signify also something with recession, right? So at this point right now, I think I'm not sure what the catalyst is, to be honest. At this point, maybe China reopen, and that's gonna shoot up the price because the demand is actually pretty decent right now too, and the gas price is at the highest level. I see since we have the inflation this past week. So that's another thing. I mean, inflation not going anywhere at this point. And then with the oil prices, this shit gonna ram up even more, and that's gonna mess up everything. I'm telling you, we're gonna have a big crash. I'm right now at this point. I believe in it. And the VIX right now, VIX is still right here, and if anything, it's gonna pull back probably 25. So at this point, it's still elevated. And like yeah, so right here there is the support, and then it did bounce off that support before. We'll see. We'll see if we're gonna bounce. I think it will bounce off right here. The only thing I don't like is that it's putting this low here. That's the only problem. So, but be careful. That's the volatility is still crazy. All right. And then we have the I think the Europe. We did bounce a little bit at this point, but the thing is, the longer we consolidate sideways here, the worse we're gonna crash. When we break down here, we're gonna make a big breakdown. So right now we might have a flag that we are setting up right now. So right here, we go sideways a little bit more, and then we're gonna crash down. That's what I'm thinking. Look at the volume here, right? The drop, the volume, while the buyback volume, and then the selling is elevated. This one is just a bounce here. So look at that volume. So I mean, we probably continue down for Europe. Europe gonna crash, gonna break. You know what? That's another thing I didn't address. I should put that into Europe as another problem besides China. Okay, so Microsoft here, man, Microsoft did not bounce well at all, and I didn't expect it to just drift off like that. It's just crazy. All right, so yeah, I lost money in it. I set it up for a bounce, but man, horrible bounce. I shouldn't have played. It was a stupid play. All right, so I should take out my position here. You should see my position. All right, so with that Microsoft, you can say another thing is that look at this, right? The bounce wasn't that significant, and right now the big like the big cap tech are not doing that great. You know, they're drifting with the market right now, and especially Apple. Look at Apple. Apple just drove off right here. And like I said, like if you watch last week video, right, I told you that we are like in this minor uptrend channel here. It broke that level, and it's brand down right now. So I don't think the next earning gonna be a problem, man, because it might go up to here. This gonna be a resistance, gonna be like strong resistance. This is where it's if it bounce up to here and then gonna come back down. So right now I might short look. This is a weekly chart. You could see it, right? It broke. So at this point it could bounce up to here. Here is the first level, and then here, man, it's gonna break. So Apple, I think if Apple goes, the market gonna go. So for next quarter earning, we coming up soon, like in July, right? So right now, this is something to watch. Apple, okay. NVDA, I mean, it's kind of weak, and then if it bounced, it didn't put in decent amount. Apple, the volume was decent on this day, right? So I mean, hopefully we're gonna see that. So Nvidia, I mean, it's weak too. The bounce is weak. It's not like, well, actually Nvidia put in 10%, actually pretty good. All right, but this is where they're gonna stop most likely. All right, let's take a look at weeklies. Yeah, they broke down this channel, so sideways here, and then break down. So probably this gonna be the resistance at this point. It's already broke somewhat of the short-term, long-term, long uptrend. So right, you just could see that the weekly. All right, so right now, I mean, this is not good. The tech sector doesn't look good. The big cap tech and Tesla, man, Tesla is a heartbreaker. Let's look at this. I put on a low. How much it dropped, but it did bounce back with decent volume here, right? But where it's gonna go? Most likely to here, or there's a downtrend here. I think it might consolidate sideways and then gonna break. At this point, Bitcoin is crashing right now, right? And then there's production problem in China, and then with people, whether people gonna spend money or not to buy new Tesla. I mean, in the next coming quarter, or 1 or 2 quarter, I mean, Tesla is running to headwind right now. Look at that. And then look at this, right? This is a weekly chart. Look at the volume. All right, if you take a look at here, right? This volume is not significant at all on a weekly chart. When you make a high on a weekly chart, right? This volume should be high, but it's not even very insignificant, and then it's move up. So right now at this point, look at this. Look at all this volume when it's coming up, right? And then this is first decrease in volume when it come up, and then decrease in volume again, right? And here is just no volume at all. So there's no buyer. This is just distributing right now, and it's gonna break. So at this point, Tesla, I bet it's gonna go down to where, I don't know, maybe 540. That's probably the area. That's what I'm seeing at this point with Tesla. All right, and Amazon, man, that's crazy too, right? But this has a long way. It could bounce, but we are broke. Look at this weekly chart. Distribution broke, coming to support right now. We'll see where it's gonna go, but doesn't look good. All the big tech doesn't look good. Facebook, you know what? I'm not gonna even bother with Facebook. Look, it's in that down channel right now, so we'll see where it's gonna go. And then Netflix, oh man, I put in the gap. I mean, it's sad. At this point right now, I think it might go down to 135. I mean, I think so. Stranger Thing ain't gonna help. All right, and then we have the financial here. Financial is, I mean, it's just sad, dude. It just it's dead. It's financial. I mean, that's like I say, this is a silent indicator for recession here, because this financial should have been doing well in higher rate scenario, but they're not. So this is a leading indicator at this point. Silence leading indicator. All right, and then we have utility here. I mean, it's in consolidated sideways at this point. I'm not sure where we're gonna go. It might bounce. It might both way here. So we'll see. But at this point right now, how long people gonna hide in utility? All right, and then XLE, the energy sector, like this trend line right here, I did say it posed a problem. It moved right up and then just whacked down, but we'll see. I mean, the longer sideways here is give room for this thing to move up. Give room for the thing. So we'll see. I mean, depend what kind of news we're gonna have out of this. But energy is still bullish right now. All right. Then we'll have semiconductor. I mean, at this point right now, it's in this downtrend. Whether or not going to break out, that's going to be a question. Okay, so right this point right now, take a weekly. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's in this channel. It's hold the support right now. It's like a strong support. We'll see where it bounces, but I think it's going to continue. It's going to go back down. To be honest, everything going to go back down. All right. So I guess those are all the stuff. And this I think is one of the application software. I mean, this is going to be pre-market. I'm not going to talk about it. All right, and then we have Take-Two. I mean, is somewhat oversold here. On the daily chart, it's crazy. It went all the way back down here. At this point, I mean, if we have the bounce, and if you could set it up before the bounce, we might have a continuation on Monday. I mean, if you want to come in and buy it before, because Take-Two is on Monday afternoon, right? So in the morning you could come in. If we have the momentum to upside, you could start buying right away, and then with the premium, with like earning premium kick in, you might make some money beforehand, and then could get or spread that or whatever you want to do with it. So that's something you could do if you want to trade option. To be honest, I wouldn't buy share, because I mean, at this point, look at this daily chart here. It's sad. Yeah, so I mean, at this point we might have a bounce here. I'm not sure how well they're going to be doing. Ooh. Oh, it broke that trend line. Sad. Okay, so at this point, I mean, there is really no setup. I mean, if I got at this point right now with the bounce, I would probably play long. I don't know much about this company. Okay, how well they're gonna be doing. We all take a guess here, right? All right, so that Take-Two, and then next one we have Home Depot here. Home Depot, I mean, look like it's gonna go, but I think they put in a double top here, and then now it's just drifting. I mean, at this point, I heard a lot of people right now are holding. They like the project. They just hold up. They did not doing anything with the project with their home right now, because things are too expensive at Home Depot, and then they don't want to just spend money on it, and with inflation, with other stuff too. So at this point right now, I think we might gonna go down, because this bounce here is not that great. Also, take a weekly chart here. Yeah, look at that. It broke the uptrend line already. Now it's just down. It's just hold the support right here. But I mean, man, we could continue to go down. This is the 2000, right? Yeah, this is 2000. So we might reach that level, because at this point right now, like I say, people are holding project right now, home improvement project. They're not doing it. So if you want to play the downside, I would probably play the downside with this, to be honest. Okay, no financial advice here. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making video. Okay. All right, so that's a Home Depot, and then we also have Walmart. Walmart looks kind of good here. It pulled back and it held the support. The only thing I didn't like is that the bounce. We did not have any good bounce here. So whether or not we're going to go up, continue going up, we did break the trend line. Just so you know, the trend line right here is broken. So that might be a problem. You want to go long. How much we're going to go, we don't know. And plus, look at this, right? We went sideways for like a year. All right, we didn't make any high at all, and we finally make a new high, right? But look at the volume, not much volume here. This pullback at this point right now, I mean, it could pull all the way back down, to be honest. I mean, we might have a temporary move up because of the earning, but I think in the long run here, I think Walmart just top out at this point. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is a place where people shop, right? They have to go shopping to buy food and all that stuff. You know, the cheapest place to go to get stuff, right? But I don't know how much they could hold with the margin, with the wage increase and all that stuff, with the wage inflation. I mean, how much they could hold out, and then people are gonna slowly, stop their spending. So I don't think Walmart gonna hold them just for long term. In the long run, maybe a couple quarter from now, they're probably gonna sell off too. All right. JD here, I didn't know there is an earning. I thought I have a play for this already in play. I have to probably get or spread it, or maybe close it out because I do make money on it already. So right now at this point, I would play on the downside. Look at this channel, right? They stay in the channel pretty much, and then they need to fill. Actually, they did fill the gap. I was waiting for the gap fill, but they did fill the gap. So let me just close that out. So they filled the gap already. Whether or not they're going to go down here, I mean, they might, to be honest, with the lockdown and all that stuff right now with the forecast. I'm more bearish for this because this is consumer spending too, and they couldn't go out of the house, they couldn't order nobody delivery stuff. So how long the lockdown going to be? I mean, at this point, the bearish. I already make money. I have to just do it, So not a financial advice, just so you know. So at this point right now, I think they're gonna come down to this low. All right, and look at the volume go down here, right, with this stuff. Decent selling volume under this day. I mean, buying back and then they gap up, and then right here volume is somewhat elevated, but we will see. But if anything, I'll play on the downside with this. Well, okay, look at that weekly chart. They held this level. They broke this already. They come back down. So most likely, I think, to be honest, with the fundamental right now, I think we're gonna go downside with that. All right. The next one we have Keysight Tech. I don't know much about this company. It's in the downtrend line. It bounced back pretty decent here, 5% on Friday. Did make a high. Oh, actually did make good. But it's still in this down channel though. So and then it's very close. I don't know how much they move much. So earning, I wouldn't play this. The earning, they look like they don't move much anyway. I should have just took that out. All right, Doximity. Oh man, look at this. Doximity. This earning I heard was good. But they got sold off after, didn't get rewarded, and now at this point, I mean, you could play. To be honest, at this point, I don't know how much the bounce we have, but look at the volume; it's not that great. Also, all right, and this is going to be definitely a resistant. $40 is going to be resistant. So I mean, at this point right now, I mean, the downs is somewhat extended already. I mean, if Monday, if you could set it up, buy in before the earning, depending on what you play, you set it up and you could play on the upside, I guess. We'll see what happens, but at this point, maybe I'll just stay away and play after earning. Okay, Target here. Target for some reason is not doing well as Walmart, and then they broke this uptrend line here too. So I mean, I don't know. Target, I mean, a little bit more expensive, not as people might. But the thing is, the middle class people still have money to spend right now, and Target is actually busy. I actually went to Target today, and it was fairly packed. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe to the upside if you could set it up, but at this point, it just broke this up channel right here. Okay, so be careful. So maybe just play afterward. It doesn't. Oh, it does jump a lot too, huh? Yeah, but at this point, this is a questionable one. They might do good, might not. But I mean, all of them are questionable. But at this point right now, the way the setup is, the upside is this much, but the downside is much more. So be careful. You decide to play that. And then we have low here. Low is set up very similar to Home Depot, right? Somewhat similar company. Okay, double top here, higher low, so very similar. All right, so anything I'll probably the downside, probably look at the uptrend line, it's gone already. All right, so and it's not even okay, it's not even at the support right here yet. So yeah, so right now, if anything, I'll play to the downside for low. Not a financial advice, okay, just so you know. The next one we have TJX here. This should be doing okay, right? But it just broke down, it pulled back right now. It's in this channel. So at this point, if you want to play on the upside, I guess something you could do. But let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Doesn't look good. Look like it's gonna break down. Yeah, so at this point, I mean, you could play temporary if post earning, but if anything, downside, man. Most of this like retail sector, man, it's been beaten up really bad. Okay, analog. This is semiconductor. This one looked decent. I think if anything, possible up to the upside, but we do have a 200-day moving average here. But this thing doesn't move a lot during earning anyway, so don't play this. That was a mistake. I should have taken that out. Shoe Carnival. Man, this one I would play to the downside, to be honest. The sideways consolidation right here is waiting for this earning to play here. I mean, upside, I don't think that much upside to this compared to the downside, or maybe you could play the straddle. It does move big during earning, right? Sometime. Yeah, it did move big during earning. So that's something. Look at that. Set up, man. This possibly could be the head and shoulder too, and then break. And then if it could break this downside, that's a big way to go here. So, and this thing could move big during earnings. So, if I play this, I'll play to the downside. All right. And then we have Cisco. Cisco, for some reason, doesn't look good. It's been selling off too. Wow. Okay. Uptrend line is broken. Now it's coming down. Right now is nowhere in the support. Oh, wow, it's actually it went under support now. I would just wait. It doesn't move that much either. Sometimes it does, but you know, I'll just wait. Oh, actually, it does move lately. It move a lot during earning, huh? I just wait after earning. At this point right now, I mean, it's no comment on that one. All right. Bath and Body Work. All right, this one, the setup, I think is more bullish. The setup compared to the other chart. Okay, it put in a high here, low lower high here. So that's one thing, and it broke out down channel. And plus, Body Bath is, I mean, it's fairly cheap place to go, and then you know, poor people and lower and middle class people would spend money. You want to still smell good, right? Because people start going out again. So they're still going out at this point. So I guess I would go bullish for this one. You know, the way this thing's set up right now. I mean, we have room to go up to like 58. Because this is a high, right? Compared to this, it broke out the channel above this high. So at this point, if anything, it's going to retest $58. So you have plenty of room. If the earnings come out good, that's something, at least your target would be around there. I mean, there's a chance it could come down and break, but the way it's set up right now, I would bullish, and with the fundamental possible it's something good to look at. What the heck is this? SQM. Oh, this is a fertilizer. This is Chile. Chile. It's in Chile fertilizer. I mean, like other fertilizer company, just wait after earning, because the forecast is sorry, and the expectation is pretty high. So I just wait after earning. Okay, Goose. Oh, Canada Goose. I don't like this company. No offense, but I don't see the jacket as that trendy. Just put on a big price tag, and just the logo. Good marketing, just like Apple. At this point, I mean, to be honest, this is a high end. This is middle class territory, high end jacket. $1,000 a jacket. At this point, and then the way it is right now, I mean, it's still in the downside. I don't know how well it's gonna be. Look at how bad it down, right? This is 2020. It's already moved nearly to the low here. So I mean, this is discretionary spending, and I don't think at this point they the product. I don't like the product. To be honest, no offense. Don't hate me, Goose. All right, sponsor me. Yeah. If once I'm famous, give me some jacket and we talk. All right, but at this point, I would play to the downside. All right, coal here, man, it's just sad. But the thing is, I believe it's consolidating sideways here, the weekly chart. So it's been consolidating sideways. I mean, to be honest, if I'm gonna play this, I'll probably play it to the downside at this point. It's kind of broke this uptrend already, and then at the top, so we're probably gonna go down here. And if it break, man, there's a long way down to go. Because this is just a sharp jump up right here. So, $30 possible. I mean, coal is cheap stuff, right? I mean, at this point, I think if anything, this price still could do good this earning, and then the following earning, I would think it would be a problem. So at this point, if you want to play, I would play after earning. But if you wanna speculate, I would play to the downside. Right, not the financial advice. And then we have BJ here. This is Sam Club, I think. I'm not sure. Ooh, I mean the setup is actually pretty good. Retrace here probably 50% to 61%. But at this point, we'll see after earning. Yeah. Oh, ooh, wow. Pretty toppy too. This might be a lower high, and if it's break down under this, oh, that's a big top. Yeah, this is consolidation since December. Yeah, sideways consolidation. So be careful with this one. I don't know what, but this one has potential to go down, but this should be decent, right? Because the wholesaler, just like Costco, but just not as big. And then we'll have AMAT supply here. I mean, this right now is in this down channel. How much higher we're gonna go up? I mean, it's potential we could go. It's still in the inside down trend line too. So at this point with this AMAT semiconductor, okay, it just broke this level. So I mean, at this point right now, man, okay, 123 if we do have an up service, and then we're probably gonna sell back up again. So right here, because it's gonna be this is gonna be a tough 118 here. Possible this might be a level, and then we have a 50-day moving average right here too. Down, and then we have the down channel, so 125 if anything max. So be careful there with this, okay? And then if we break, at this point the setup I think needs some more sideways, inconclusive. So just don't play. Wait until after earning. And we have the Palo Alto. Oh man, this chart doesn't look good. I believe it broke. Oh yeah, it's broke. Oh, it broke the semi long-term trend line here. Ooh, doesn't look good. So at this point right now, if anything, I'll probably play to the downside for this stock. But I mean, it has potential to move up right here. This is first resistance, and then the uptrend line, that's gonna be the big major resistance at this point. Ooh, yeah. Be careful. I'll play this to the downside, to be honest. I see a lot of these tech, when they crash, it crashed big. Alright, so be careful with that one. Weekly, yeah, very toppy. And then Rostor, we have, let's see what we have here. Ooh, okay, so it's broke the consolidation. It broke down, it went back up, retested, and now went all the way back down here. Ooh, doesn't look good. I mean, this should be, I do have a Ross next to my gym, and I haven't been there for a month. It was busy when I was there 2 months ago, I guess. But I mean, oh man, I don't know. I would probably play this to the downside. Maybe just wait afterward. But I think, man, the next couple quarter, this is gonna be a problem. I mean, it's still cheap. People are gonna still go there and shop because it's cheap, to buy from Ross. but how much spending they're gonna have, how much people gonna spend, and then with wage inflation and all that stuff, I don't know, man. The margin might gonna get hit, and the way that the technical setup right now, I don't know. Yeah, very doesn't look good. VF Croft, man, this thing, I just look at it, I just said it already went down to like the low of the COVID level. So at this point, I mean, you could play the bounce, but man, I wouldn't play this at all. Too late for this already. Downside is too extended already, so don't play this. And then we have Deere here, which is a little bit weird. It make a higher high here, and then it's came down. This is way past below the you know, like, depend where you consider. If you consider it here, that's like more than 61%. Okay, but right here it went back down. It went down here with decent volume, a sideways bear trap, and then it come down here. The bounce didn't do any much, right? It's still under this trend line here. And then we'll take a look at the weekly chart. It's been sideways consolidation. It break out, make a new high, but not with a lot of volume at all. And then now it's went back down and make a high here with low volume, and then, you know, it just so off. So at this point right now, look at Caterpillar. They didn't do well. I mean, at this point, look at the run, right? This is a big run since 2020. Right now, I mean, we might have problem with the agriculture and all that stuff. With the farming equipment, I'm not sure how well they're gonna be doing with this, but man, I don't know. This breakout here doesn't look good. The volume doesn't support it, and then this comeback here, this pullback is a little bit too strong, too big of a pullback. And then right here, because they pull back like that, they put in the resistance level right here too. So 400 resistance level. So at this point right now, to be honest, I would play in the short side for this, not the long side. And then Foot Locker, man, Foot Locker is sad. Look, I have a Foot Locker next to me, and like a bunch of it's not busy at all, and I'm not sure they do any selling in there either. So that's just one area, so cannot say, you know. But right now it has been sideways since last earning, okay, and right now it's waiting for this. It could pop up, pop down. To be honest, at this point, I would play a straddle with this, you know. Straddle would probably something I would play. So yeah, look at this straddle up here, or we could go all the way down to $18. Man, yeah, look how big a drop. That could be continue. Look, this is like your big drop here, sideways. Look at the volume, right? Very high volume too, right? Sideways, this could make another drop down. So if anything, I'll play to the downside. The way you want to set the straddle depend how you want to set. You know, you could set closer to the money on the downside, depend, or just play the downside. Not a financial advice. And I think this is the last. Yeah, the last earning for the week. So anyway, guys, so that's all about the video. Hopefully you have a great weekend, and good luck trading next week. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.